Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds, hanging out with.
Nerdarchy Ted.
In this GM 911, this half-orc player has his DM fretting over the fate of his D&D game.
Jump down to the description below where you can sign up for Nerdarchy the newsletter, get weekly gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with us.
So we have a GM 911 from Robert. The original post will be in the description down below. As well as if you have a GM 911 of your own, you can send them over to nerdarchy@gmail.com. GM 911 in the subject line.
So the gist of the matter is, it's got campaign going, players, tribal background, and through the course of play, he has taken over a tribe. They now work for him, however you want to look at it, and he feels that this aspect of the game is kind of overshadowing everything, and the players moved from just one of the people in the game to like the spotlight, and he doesn't want that.
Well, he's concerned about it. So, he's got a half-orc. They defeat this orc tribe, decimate it. Now they want to kind of build it back up. He's in charge of it. And the other players are involved too. They seem kind of into the idea. And the concern is, all the spotlight being shined on one player character.
So it makes a challenge for a game when one player is thrust into the limelight, whether it's by his choice or not. Some players might not like that unless the limelight's on them. So the first part of the matter is talk to the players out of game, find out how everybody feels. If everybody is okay with how the story is progressing and, this guy's the leader of a tribe and the other players are cool, hey, great. Move on, keep playing, have fun.
I mean, it should only be one aspect of the game anyway. There should be other things going on. They're talking about trying to recruit other monsters into the tribe and bring them in. So, that might be a spot for your other characters to come into play. If you have characters that are wizards or clerics, maybe you need them to do the research to even find out, where you're going to go to get other monsters to bring into this tribe. Maybe there's, different things that are going to happen. Like maybe you want to train them to be more regimented and more like soldiers. And so maybe you need the fighter in your party to help with their training and things like that. So there's probably other ways to get the other players involved. You could also there could be people that come to get that want to get rid of this tribe of monsters or tribe of orcs. So you might need humans or elves or dwarves to speak on your behalf if you're trying to find a peaceful solution, if you want to try and coexist. And you want to do diplomacy. So then these characters become diplomats for the tribe, and they become really important. If you don't want to go to full scale war, and it sounds like they don't have the numbers to do that, so that would probably be a losing proposition. So there's always going to be ways for different characters to shine in your game. Maybe something comes about and a specific ritual has to be performed. And you're going to need one of those arcane casters or one of those divine casters to actually perform the ritual, because your half-orc barbarian can't do it. So these are other ways to engage them.
Other things that could happen is find out, again, what the players versus what the characters think about all of this. Clearly, if they're willing to assist this half-orc in taking this mantle of leadership, they care about him enough. Well, if we're talking about building a tribe, if he's a half-orc, they're orcs, and they're possibly going to recruit others, is this going to be a multiracial tribe? Can the other player characters join the tribe as well? Can your cleric or druid become head shaman, and he gets revered because of his magical presence or what have you? Same could be said for any of the arcane spellcasters. There could be something there as well. You have to figure out what the relationships are with the characters themselves and work off of that. It's not always about what the characters want. It's also about what the players want. So you've got this whole dichotomy to work with.
Now, if you look at the companions of the hall, you have a dwarf, a dark elf, a halfling, and 2 humans, right? So the dwarf is the leader of a clan. You know, he eventually becomes the leader of one of the most famous dwarven strongholds, right? And the but he's not the main character, right? He's one of the supporting cast. He's one of the side characters. You know, the main character is Dritz Duerden, and you know that's just a perfect illustration of, even though you know this person is a leader over here of these people, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to steal all the limelight. You know, it becomes like the tribe that he's trying to build becomes the backdrop to where, you know, where adventures may take place, where your political intrigues may take place. You know, maybe there's saboteurs that will try and throw a monkey wrench in any politics or diplomacy attempts made by this half orc. You know, maybe there will be other orcs in the tribe that want to unseat him, and you know, rivals will rise up, especially as the tribe gets bigger and more prominent. You know, factions can form, so there can be inter-tribe politics, right? That the other players can help and take part in, and also they might be a part of the problem too because they're not orcs, and you know, and also like the other orcs may have a problem with being led by a half breed. So that becomes another issue. But then there becomes the external diplomatic things that can happen as well in politics. So you can actually run different types of games with this scenario. And just because this orc leads the tribe, it doesn't mean he's got, you know, all the attention is always going to be on this one character. And you know, Companions of the Hall is a great example of that. You know, not only does one of their main things is finding Mithril Hall, right? That's Brunar's quest, but he's not the main character in the book. You know, it's just one of the other characters that is the main character that accompanies him. And then they do it again with Gauntled Grim. You know, they probably do it like 7 more times if you keep reading. I don't know, but you can see, you know, you can see how that works, and you can see that, you know, there are books, there's novels, there's other media out there you can look at and go, oh, well, you know what, you can have these influential people that are part of the group without it still being all about them.
In my game, Ryan's character became the mayor. Well, we don't have all the limelight on him all the time. There's times that he's not even here. Like, we're gonna play without him. So
it makes it easier in some ways. You'll be like, oh, he's off tribing. That's why he's not here this session.
So if you ever have that situation where this character's that player's not showing up at the table, well, you can easily write him off as he's got to go do something for the tribe. End of story. But you can do, as I've done in the game, where tribe demands something, or in this case, the city demands something, and it's a forced quest. You got to go do this if you want to keep the position that you've attained, because it's needed. Because in this case, the tribe would need it. Members of the tribe are calling for this to be resolved. So you have the ability to spoon feed that, or at the same time, you can say, well, I'm the leader of the tribe. I'm going to put this guy in charge, and we're going to go off and we're going to go do this other thing. And it's fine, it's okay, because this guy's in charge. And it becomes this back and forth issue of, you know, how is it being handled? How is the other NPCs feeling about, you know, him being this and not always being there?
Yeah, you know, it just becomes another way of, you know, producing plot hooks for your characters, interesting dynamics and intrigues. So I don't think it's a problem at all. You know, it just all depends on how you go about it.
So what do you guys think? Do you have any other advice for Robert? There's a great place to put that, and that's down in the comments below. While you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Check us out over at Nerdarchy.com.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.